thing that maybe you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Stop dreaming and start driving with the biggest savings of the season during the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event going on now at your Southwest Florida Honda dealers. The new 2019 Honda Accord is awardable and affordable, named America's best sedan of 2019 by Car and Driver, and you can drive one today for just $249 a month, or you can drive a 2019 Honda CR-V, the 2019 best compact SUV according to Kelley Blue Book, for only $249 a month, and the 2019 Honda Civic, Kelley Blue Book's Best Buy Award winner for compact cars, is now an incredible $169 a month. $169 a month. So stop dreaming and start driving. You can even do it online by logging on to SouthwestFloridaHondaDealers.com to take a virtual test drive of an awardable and affordable new Honda. Or hurry to one of your Southwest Florida Honda dealers today. Coconut Point Honda, Germain Honda of Naples, Honda of Fort Myers, Port Charlotte Honda. For complete details, call 888-535-5707 or visit SouthwestFloridaHondaDealers.com.
Are you thinking about building a seawall or boat dock? I'm Jimmy Williamson, co-owner of Williamson Brothers Marine Construction. My brother Joe and I represent the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. As you know, Hurricane Irma damaged many seawalls in our area. Many times we're asked the same questions. What makes your seawall better than the competition? And what kind of warranty does Williamson Brothers offer on their seawalls? The answer? We built a hurricane-proof seawall that comes with the assurance of a lifetime structural warranty. We recognize that the seawalls of the past failed during Irma. We made some changes in our seawall design, added more concrete and more steel. For a free seawall or boat dock quote, call us at 283-2013 or go to wbdocks.com. Many contractors say they are the best, but only one stands behind their work with a lifetime warranty, Williamson Brothers. Call us at 283-2013 or online at wbdocks.com. Again, that's wbdocks.com.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here. But you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155. And don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor, at Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
A lesson about gun safety took a terrible turn when a man accidentally shoots his 6-year-old little girl. The Arizona man claims he slipped and fell when the gun went off, hitting the young girl in the stomach. Now, she faces months of recovery after all of this. Police charged that father with child abuse and aggravated assault. We did check, and he is out of jail on bond this morning.
Attorney General William Barr warns he may not show up to Thursday's House hearing on the Mueller report because he objects to the format. The Democratic chairman wants to allow all members of his panel to have one round of 5-minute questioning each. He also wants a closed session to discuss sections of the report that are redacted. Barr has said no to both proposals.
It's a tragic ending to a celebration. Just hours after being selected by the New York Giants in this year's NFL draft, a gunman shot Corey Ballantyne. Now, his college teammate, Dwayne Simmons, was also shot and killed. The Giants released a statement saying they're aware of this tragic situation. Now, police say Ballantyne is expected to make a full recovery.
New at 6, a water warning impacting thousands of you. I'm Andrea Henderson, live in Collier County. How you need to change your morning routine so you don't get sick.
Also new at 6 o'clock on Wink News this morning, a recall on a product meant to help you with muscle pain. New this morning, why it could cause burns on your skin.
Plus, removing popular parental control apps. Also new at 6, why Apple says it's actually making the right decision by taking down those controls.
And waking up this morning, it is pleasant outside as you're taking a look at downtown Fort Myers. But meteorologist Matt Devitt's in next with how warm it's going to get later today. You're watching Wink News this morning.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Higher rates when you save, lower rates when you borrow. That's the value of Lake Michigan Credit Union. LMCU's Max Checking Account pays a remarkable 3% annual percentage yield on balances of up to $15,000. That's almost $450 a year, and with no monthly fees or minimum balance requirements. Stop into one of our 10 locations across Southwest Florida or go to lmcu.org to learn more. Some requirements apply. Rates subject to change. Member NCUA.
Hey, you confused about real estate? Sean Hannity here, and I can tell you as an active real estate investor, well, just like the stock market, it can go up one day and down the next. Home values and sales, they fluctuate on a dime. Now, even though I bought and sold homes for years all across this great country, one thing I will always do is partner with a sharp real estate agent that truly studies local and national market trends, that knows the real value of homes, and most importantly, knows how to generate demand regardless of the market. And the good news is you have a truly amazing agent right in your backyard. I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams Naples. He has an amazing team working for him, and he doesn't miss a single detail. Now his system is so bulletproof, well, he can create demand and sell your home at a deadline that you agree to, or he will buy it himself. Now, real estate doesn't have to be frustrating or scary. Call Denny Grimes today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support, and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store, and I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
92.5 WFSX Estero.
It's 6 o'clock.
On the smart voice of Southwest Florida.
92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Cathedral Roofing of Naples. Find them online at cathedralroofingofnaples.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. 3 people were taken to the hospital after a boat ran aground on Fort Myers Beach at Bowditch Point. FWC is investigating. There's a channel next to where the crash happened, and 6 people were on board. Witnesses say people on the beach scrambled to help the others. FWC is still working on how to remove that boat. Fort Myers police officer Adam Jobbers Miller was honored in Tallahassee. He was shot and killed in the line of duty last year. There are 7 Fort Myers officers honored at the Fallen Officer Memorial that date back to 1930. Officer Jobbers Miller's is one of the latest additions to the Wall of Heroes. Mosquito control will be out spraying today in Collier County. They found high numbers of mosquito larvae near Anchorage and Gulf Harbor. That's right off Vanderbilt Drive. They'll be spraying this morning. DeSoto firefighters are mourning the loss of one of their own. The colleagues of Brad Gregrich, who was preparing to go on to paramedic school, are helping his family deal with his death. Gregrich, a firefighter and EMT in DeSoto County, suffered a stroke about 2 weeks ago but died Saturday night. The department's still in shock at how quickly he was gone.
We all kind of looked at each other like we can't believe this. Like, no, he's 30. This doesn't happen. We're not used to being on the other side of it.
DeSoto County Fire Rescue says Gregrich's death is considered a line of duty death. Soon, fire departments from all over will help with his funeral. I'm Lindsay Sablon, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Normal morning traffic in Fort Myers right now. Pretty busy downtown on Brayman Avenue, traveling west of US 41 towards McGregor. Slowdowns as well on Daniels Parkway, west of I-75 for a half mile, heading towards Fiddlesticks. And if you are in Collier County, of course, the same normal morning delays on Immokalee Road, traveling west towards I-75. Slowdowns as well on Collier Boulevard, traveling north of the East Trail, and some slowdowns for my friends in Cape Coral on Andalusia Boulevard, traveling north. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today and for the next few days, the heat is on. Hotter than average in the upper 80s and lower 90s with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. And as we hit this afternoon and this evening, a few pop-up showers are possible. 90 degrees for your Tuesday, your Wednesday. Chance of rain Thursday and Friday with upper 80s. Mixture of sunshine and clouds for the weekend. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hi, this is Lynn from Fort Myers, and I listened to Drew Still on my way to work, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Brought to you by Blue Emu. Blue Emu supports healthy muscles and joints. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
Fast, reliable internet. Is that important to your business?
We couldn't work without it.
At Comcast Business, we go beyond fast with amazing solutions and a great deal.
What kind of solutions?
Well, how about automatic 4G LTE backup for complete reliability?
I like the sound of that. What else?
Powerful Wi-Fi that keeps your employees connected, and bandwidth you can allocate between your customers and employees.
I didn't know Comcast Business did that.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Advanced voice solutions at affordable prices. How about business TV that keeps customers entertained?
Okay, I'm convinced. But didn't you say something about a great deal?
Right now, get started with 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add one voice mobility line and sign up for EcoBill and automatic payment. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without EcoBill and auto pay. Offer ends 5/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Equipment taxes and fees extra. Subject to change. Backup limited to up to 8 hours.
It's the biggest event in our 75-year history. Get Anniversary Savings Plus Honda Dream Garage Spring Event discounts now at the all-new Germain Honda of Naples. New 2019 Civic LX with zero due at signing, just $199 a month. Save on over 500 new Hondas in stock ready for immediate delivery. 2019 Civics only $199 a month with zero due at signing. Don't miss our biggest spring event ever. Hurry to Germain Honda of Naples, Southwest Florida's only family-owned dealer, putting families first for over 75 years. For details, call 844-350-1222.
Home services, AC, plumbing, and electric.
Best Home Services, living up to the name for nearly 40 years.
GetBest.com. Best Home Services, AC, plumbing, and electric.
For all your home service needs, contact GetBest.com.
GetBest.com.
All money managers might seem the same, but some of clients cover portfolios. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to your goals and needs. Some only call when they have something to sell. Fisher calls regularly, so you stay informed. And while some advisors are happy to earn commissions whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come from other money managers. So if you're in or nearing retirement, talk with us and find out why investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
The smart voice of Southwest Florida. It's Daybreak.
It's over for me. He didn't collude with the Russians. Obstruction of justice in this situation is absurd. I fought hard as hell to make sure Mueller could do his job, introduce legislation to make sure he couldn't be fired. It's over.
Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Oh, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Maybe I should be here. Hi, everybody. Hi. How are you? Jake, you could have let me know that we were live there. I didn't realize that we were on and we were live. Hi. Hi. How are you today, Jake?
Better.
Yeah, better now that I'm talking. I'm in my own world. I'm just getting ready for the show, and
It's Monday. It's okay.
Man, no, it's never okay. No, this is okay. It happens every once in a while. All right, I'm going to blame it on Monday. Who wants to blame it on Monday? Anybody? Let's blame it on Monday. Should we start over again? Do you want to make believe like this moment in time never happened?
We can.
Nope. We don't have to. We're moving forward. We're moving on. There's a lot of other things that are going on. Let's get to it. First of all, let's do this. Hey, this weekend was interesting for me in a lot of ways because I was kind of paying attention to some friends and family that I was spending time with to see and gauge where they were on this election and what was going to be happening and what were the reasons why some folks in my family and maybe others that I know that may be thinking or leaning possibly towards some of the Democrats that are out there, whether it's
Sleepy Joe.
It could be Sleepy Joe. I don't know. It could be Sleepy Joe. It could be Bernie. Who knows who?
Crazy Bernie.
Crazy Bernie. Yep. And I'm trying to figure out why it would be that they would want to vote for them. And as I was listening to some of the news over the weekend, I'm still trying to figure out why. But what I'm getting closer and closer to is the fact that the rhetoric out there has not stopped. And the people that have been against this president have not had a chance to take a breath and step away from the constant pressure against him since the moment that he went down the escalator. It's been relentless. It's been nonstop. Even with the great news on Friday, the 3.2 GDP growth, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, there is great news there. But on the other side of that, there's also some rumblings about what could be coming up when we're $70+ trillion in debt. I didn't say $20 trillion in debt. I said $70+ trillion in debt. And the reason why is because you have to add all of the debt on. It's not just the government's debt. It's student loan debts where we have presidential candidates that are talking about forgiving that debt. Why do you think they're going to do that? I mean, these are the kind of things that will stifle an economy, that will bring us down, ultimately. Sooner or later, there has to be some fiscal responsibility. When does that take place? Anyone? You've got student loan debt. You've got credit card debt. You have businesses that are taking on debt. So there's more there. So, yes, the news was good, but you have to temper that with the idea that on a bigger level, on a bigger scale, that there's going to have to be some kind of tamping down of some of the out of control spending and debt that we're putting ourselves into. But I was listening to the president, for example, over the weekend. Where was he in Wisconsin? And some of the comments at the rally there when he was bringing up the other candidates that are running.
By the way, Saturday night, is there any place that's more fun than a Trump rally?
That's the president in Wisconsin. By the way, the president's still getting massive crowds. Jake, did you see any of the video from the rally in Wisconsin at all? Any of it?
None.
It's insane. The amount of people that show up for him at these rallies is it had to be 20,000 plus. I don't know exactly what the numbers were, but it's big. It's a big deal. Big, right?
Can you imagine Sleepy Joe, Crazy Bernie? You look at the candidates, right? I think Pocahontas, she's finished. She's out. She's gone.
She's gone. All right, she's done. She's finished. There you go. So, who was it? Was it Yahoo? Yeah, it was. Speaking of
Sleepy Joe
and
Crazy Bernie.
This was from Yahoo News. Democrats seeking to reclaim the White House are calling for generational change. It may be time for a woman, they say, or a minority figure. But for all the talk of breaking new presidential ground, the opposition party's top candidates to become the new boss look about the same as the current boss. White, male, and pretty old. President Trump's 72-year-old billionaire. For many, he epitomizes the white male privilege that Democrats often decry. But the top two candidates leading the race to replace him are pale, male, and stale too. That's their quote, not mine. Pale, male, and stale. For anybody else that's listening to me, 239-479-5592, the phone number and the text line, by the way, streaming live on Facebook as well, facebook.com/925 Fox News. Is it as vile to you it is to me, this identity politics issue and how this continuously comes up? And where we are supposed to be, we're told that the left, they're the ones that tell us that we're supposed to look at the content of character, right? It's not anything else. No. I'm kidding, of course. It's quite the opposite. It's not that at all. It's all about identity. Like, we're told that the next president, the next vice presidential candidate has to be a female if it's a male running on the Democrat side. We're told that it's somebody that's going to have to be a minority. We're told that it's going to have to be somebody. We're putting all of these. The identity politics issue has become. It's just out of control. And for most Americans, what they care about is the most qualified. Can you do this? And why are you the most qualified person? They're not looking at it in any other way, shape, or form. But there you go. It's male, pale, and stale. Or pale, male, and stale. I don't know what they said. But anyway. So the president out in Wisconsin, big crowds, a new study, ABC News and the Washington Post, even is saying that, look, we're looking at all the polls, and people do not want impeachment. They're done with this. Multiple polls taken since Robert Mueller and the special counsel released reports, the report that was released on collusion, saying that there was no collusion between the Trump administration and the Russian government. And people are like, listen, can we move on from the impeachment talk? And even Democrats are catching on to that. So what do they do next? So why is it, if you're a Democrat, why are you thinking still that there's a possibility that you would not vote for this president when you have 3.2% GDP growth, where the numbers are looking good, where there are very few people that are complaining about the economy and jobs? So what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And the reason is simple. Because the people that have had this kind of small little thought idea that possibly they would vote for somebody else because they're just tired of the president getting hammered so much. They want to move on. They want to see things happen, even though it's not his fault. They maybe did not love the president to begin with. And even though the economy and jobs are doing well, and there are so many positives here in the country, they're what? Trying to find someone else to come in who's going to do the exact same thing as the president. Don't get me wrong. We don't want the policies to change. We just want a different person doing it. And so somehow they believe and think that a Democrat is going to do the same thing, which is a joke. But then there's the other side, and really the quintessential answer, which is the pressure has not stopped. The talk has not stopped. The rhetoric has not stopped. The over-the-top hyperbole about the president has not stopped. I can give you a couple of examples just from over the weekend. Who was it? It was Sally Yates. Sally Yates was the deputy attorney general during the Obama administration. The president fires her in 2016, after the 2016 election. He could have done it anyway. He could make those changes. He decided to do it because why? If you remember, she refused to do her job for the president. Now, after the fact, we can talk about why, and we all know that, and evidence is coming out that maybe there were some issues behind the scenes when it comes to the Obama administration and the FBI and the DOJ and intelligence and Clapper and Brennan and Comey, and we all know the names and we know the reasons why, and we understand what was happening now at this point. But in the 2016 election, at that moment in time, she refused to do the job that the president asked her to do, and so she was fired. She goes on Meet the Press, and guess what she started to talk about? So she's talking about the president and obstruction of justice, and here's what she says.
I mean, when the Russians came knocking at their door, you would expect that a man who likes to make a show of hugging the flag would have done the patriotic thing and would have notified law enforcement.
And that's pretty interesting that she says that, because you would think that an administration beforehand, like the Obama administration, if they understood and knew, which they did, that the Russians were trying to affect the election in 2016, and they had the evidence to show that maybe there were people in Donald Trump's orbit that may have been approached by Russians, you would think that Sally Yates, the Obama administration, Barack Obama himself, might have sat with the president personally and said, hey, just want to let you know there are some people that are in your orbit that are being approached by Russians, and there's some things that are happening here that we are concerned about. So where Sally Yates comes off as somebody who is so righteous, who's making it sound as if the president is bad and they were so right, it is humorous when you think that the president at the time, Barack Obama, never even hinted to the president at the time as candidate that he should be careful. That if you really did care about Russians affecting elections, that you might mention it to a presidential candidate. But again, why am I bringing this up? Because Sally Yates was on over the weekend. If you see Sally Yates and you see James Comey and you see some others out there, Brennan or Clapper or whoever, if you start to see the players in the Trump-Russia collusion hoax start to make their way to network television, to the mainstream media, to what is
fake news.
There you go, to the fake news. You know something's up. There's some big news getting ready to break on that whole issue of the hoax of the Trump-Russia collusion nonsense. And they're trying to do damage control, and that's exactly what's happening, because we're getting closer and closer. My fingers are thinly spread apart to the IG report, Horowitz, and a devastating report that's going to come out. And once that does, it's going to be another round of a big deal for all of those that put the collusion narrative together. I bring this all up for this reason, that as you and we start to scratch our head and try to figure out why in the world would somebody want to vote for Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders, or what are you thinking? It's this is what you do. Yeah. Okay. You have still the media and politicians on the left, and quite frankly, some never-Trumpers too that have a lot at stake here, that are part of the swamp, that are relentless against this president. No matter what happens, they double and triple down. And that does, even though we know the reality, that does have an effect on people and what they're thinking about, believe it or not, the 2020 election. And that's what Democrats are banking on. So what else happened? What are some of the other stories? Did you hear about the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Did you hear about some of the audio? Where do you if they didn't have comedians on at the White House Correspondents' Dinner going after the president, then what were they talking about? You can only imagine, but I have the audio, so we'll play that coming up as well. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The phone number, streaming live as well on Facebook. You can check us out at facebook.com/925 Fox News. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic. Up to the minute, here's Sabrina Katz.
Eastbound slowdowns in North Fort Myers on Pine Island, heading east of US 41 towards Business 41, but looking great over the North Fort Myers bridges into downtown. Should only take you about 3 minutes. And believe it or not, still up to speed as well on our Cape Coral bridges into Fort Myers on the midpoint, as well as the Cape Coral Bridge, normal commute times. If you are on Lehigh Acres, the slowdowns have begun on Gunnery Road, traveling south of Leonard towards Daniels Parkway, and some slowdowns as well on Gateway Boulevard, traveling north towards Griffin Drive. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, plan on a hot one. Upper 80s, lower 90s, sunshine with clouds passing by, and a chance for spotty showers as we hit this afternoon and this evening. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine, online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
From the Fox Business Network, President Trump touting the rising job numbers under his administration.
Since the election, we've created more than 6 million new jobs.
The president Saturday at a rally in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He also talked about healthcare, the immigration crisis, and the U.S. economy. Gas prices are on the rise, and that trend may continue for a while.
If you look at the prices nationwide, they're the highest levels since Halloween. In California, though, they're even higher, topping $4 a gallon on average. That's the highest level since 2014 and the highest in the nation. And keep in mind, prices typically jump this time of year as refiners switch to summer crude and often stay higher into summer, giving rising demand.
Fox's Robert Gray. Elon Musk and U.S. securities regulators have settled their dispute over the Tesla CEO's tweets. Musk agreed to have his future communications regarding the electric car maker pre-approved by a company-employed expert with the Fox court. I'm Richard Jordan.
Hiring? Aren't you tired of hoping the right candidates see your job posts? It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology finds and invites qualified candidates to apply. So instead of hoping you find that needle, ZipRecruiter finds it for you. And hiring is a whole lot easier.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter now for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, this is James from Lehigh, and I listen to 92.5 Fox News, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
At the Sam Galloway Ford Pre-Owned Superstore, you choose a $1,000 down payment bonus or tax refund check match, whichever is greater. Plus, we'll include 3 years complimentary maintenance with a purchase of any pre-owned vehicle. Get the biggest savings ever on our Superstore selection. Over 500 available pre-owned vehicles with the prices clearly posted on every windshield. Some as low as $99 a month. Act now and choose the greater amount as your down payment. Our $1,000 down payment bonus or a tax refund check match up to $2,000. Plus, we'll include 3 years complimentary maintenance. Windshield pricing, Superstore selection. Hurry to the Sam Galloway Ford Pre-Owned Superstore on Boy Scout Drive in Fort Myers. Online at samgallowayford.com. When others can't, Sam can. Dealer will match federal income tax refund for 2018 tax year up to $2,000 in the form of discount for negotiated price. Must present signed federal 2018 tax return. Limit 1 match per household. All offers to qualified buyers on select models with approved credit. Offers end 4/30/19. See dealer for details.
Be. Just be. Be in the moment. But when life changes, be means so much more. Be there. Be there with friends. Be alive. And at 21st Century Oncology, it means to be by your side. We provide the largest integrated cancer care in the world, so our dream team can always be unstoppable and be there for you. Be here. The new 21st Century at 21co.com.
And now, a quick comparison from Grasshopper. When a client calls, what do you want them to hear? Your personal voicemail?
Hey, you've reached Greg's cell phone. I'm away right now, obviously. Leave a message and maybe I'll get back to you.
Or something a little more buttoned up, courtesy of Grasshopper.
Thanks for calling Green Landscaping. To make an appointment, dial 1. For billing, dial 2. To speak with Greg Smith, dial
There's
3.
no contest. Put your best voice forward with Grasshopper, the virtual phone system for small business. Try it free at grasshopper.com.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Tonight on Wink News at 6. Think you've seen all the warnings about your kids and what they're doing online?
You can't protect your kids from something if you don't know what the risk is.
When it comes to kids and sexting and texting and websites, it can sometimes seem like just so much blah, blah, blah. Right? Wrong. You have not seen this, but you need to.
It's not just the teenagers.
Wink News safety and security specialist Rich Kolko shows you why what's happening online now could come at a terrible price. Tonight on Wink News at 6.
Hi, I'm Dawn Butterfield, a licensed pharmacist and pharmacy owner in Cocoa. The Florida legislature is considering proposals that would open up our drug supply to dangerous and foreign counterfeit medications originating in China, transshipped through Canada to pharmacies here in the Sunshine State. I know there are ways to save money on healthcare that don't trade off safety for savings. Please contact your representative in Tallahassee today and urge that they oppose foreign drug importation. It's far too dangerous.
Ad paid for by the Partnership for Safe Medicines.
Hi, I'm Dave Harmer, founder of First Class Air Conditioning. Knowledge is power. When it comes to your air conditioning system, to know what is true, half true, or false can save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Educate yourself at actruth.com. Information for homeowners just like you. Call us toll free at 833-AC-TRUTH. That's 833-AC-TRUTH. First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Hey, I was looking at this. This is pretty funny, Jake. You'll like this. You ready? I guess the NFL draft last week, a couple of days, right? We took us through the weekend. So there was a second round pick. His name is Drew Lock. Plays for Michigan. He had to apologize for a tweet that he made when he was in 8th grade in middle school.
Wow.
So he dropped all the way to the second round. The Broncos picked him up, and before they did, he apologized for derogatory tweets he sent when he was 14 years old in 2011.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Higher rates when you save, lower rates when you borrow. That's the value of Lake Michigan Credit Union. If you're shopping for a new home, building the home of your dreams, or just need to refinance, you'll get a great mortgage rate from LMCU. Need a specialty mortgage? LMCU has an unsurpassed selection of programs that meet virtually any need. Stop into one of our 10 locations across Southwest Florida or go to lmcu.org to learn more. LMCU, an equal housing lender.
Every day we wake up and look forward to the future, finding new ways to make it brighter than ever. That's why we're committed to keeping your bills among the lowest in the nation. So how does the typical FPL bill stack up? Well, it's lower than New York, Texas, and California. In fact, it's even lower than 45 states. Our investments in smart technology help keep bills low. See how our bill compares. Go to fpl.com/value.
Hey Southwest Florida, I'm Brian Chapman, owner of Chapman Insurance Group. With over 35 home insurance companies and more than 15 auto carriers. With all those options, we'll get you better coverage at a lower cost and do all the shopping for you. The next time you get your home or auto insurance bill in the mail, or see my mug rolling around on a bus or maybe up on a billboard, know that you deserve better coverage and better pricing. My family protecting yours. Contact me today. Just Google Brian Chapman with Chapman Insurance Group.
Rockstar Harley will pay your sales tax promotion on any pre-owned Harley this week only.
Hello, BL Buster, Rockstar Harley Legal. We don't intend on paying or avoiding your sales tax. Duh.
Sales tax is the amount of your discount on any pre-owned Harley. Rockstar Harley has Florida's largest Harley inventory with access to over 3,000 Harleys. You don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. 100% of all credit applications considered, and every Harley discounted by your sales tax at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday.
Does anybody remember Hurricane Irma? Well, nobody who lived around here during that time will ever forget the wind, the rain, the flooding. And a lot of people here are still dealing with the aftermath long after most of the major damage has been cleared. You know what you get when you add water to drywall, flooring, and other building materials? You get the perfect breeding ground for mold. And when mold